Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, August 28th, 2025 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is, I listen to my whole and holy self, body, mind, spirit, soul, and heart. All right, today we have the sun in Virgo connecting to the moon in Scorpio. I spoke about these energies together, how they're amazing detectives. They're amazing at sensing and seeing what's going on. And here's the thing. There's always so many layers of things going on, which can feel a little overwhelming, especially if you're not used to connecting to all these parts of yourself. But all of these energies beyond your mind, we know our mind likes to talk. It is chatty. It has lots of things to say. Your body does as well. In fact, when I was learning massage, I had already learned many energy modalities, and I always found it hard to touch somebody's body without their bodies starting talking to me and being like, oh my gosh, this person, like, they don't even know I've been screaming at them, like, not listening. It was hard to give massages when the body was like, but all of the layers, your etheric layers, your physical layer, your heart, all of these energies have messages for us. And unfortunately, a lot of times we get stuck in the mental. And Virgo energy can have a tendency to get stuck in the mental because it is ruled by mental Mercury energy. And so today, on this day where we have Mercury energy helping support us, it's a good day to remember to check in and listen to and for these other parts. And even if you're not hearing anything, that's okay. But even just to intentionally take a little time and connect in can be powerful. And you might be surprised. You might hear your heart being like, hey, I need a little grass. Or I need a hug, or I need a play date, something fun like that. So take your time to listen in today. We kick off the day, which is, to be fair, in the middle of the night for many of us, with the moon in Scorpio squaring Venus in Leo. And so this is where we may feel a little doubt. You may have this show up in your dreams. You may have to face some of the shadows of you. And that can be a challenge for the Leo energy, because Leo energy is like, look at me, I'm shiny, I'm beautiful, I'm wonderful, I'm the light. And it is all of that. And shadows are present. We all have shadows. We all have things that we need to work with and work through. So again, that might show up, and it's not here for you to cast out on all parts of yourself, but this may be a call to be present with the part of yourself that's so afraid of looking at this. Now, there might be the other way, because you might act in the critical a lot, and you might need to be like, hey, I have shadows, but I'm the light. So be aware where you need to tend to yourself and work on that balance a little bit, and see where you can bring yourself that light and remember the truth and the delight of who you are. Our final connection of the day is a connection between, here it is, Uranus and Neptune. If you remember, it was a while ago that I was like, here we have Saturn and Uranus connecting. And I was like, shockingly, it's going to be so long before Neptune and Uranus connect. But here they are finally connecting. It's the 28th. That's when I said it was going to be. So they're connecting at 1 degree. We also have Pluto hanging out at that 1 degree energy. What am I feeling in this besides the yodness that it's been bringing? We're moving past that yodness today, but okay. So one of the things that keeps coming through as I'm looking at these eclipses incoming are these messages around how looking to deeper wisdom, deeper truths, spiritual truths, can be so helpful in helping you move through these times. So whether you are a person who loves Jesus and likes to look at Jesus's word, or if you're a person who loves the Buddha, if you love the Talmud, if you love Hindu, it's really beautiful and interesting to me how so many messages are similar and put into different words through so many different religious, spiritual texts. And so, to me, this is energy that's reminding us to find those spiritual roots that remind us who we are as we move through these changes. So this is part of Saturn and Neptune in Aries, remembering who we are. And Neptune in Aries is remembering our spiritual self of who we are. And sometimes it can feel a little delulu, right? Like sometimes it can be like, well, am I really the soul of the universe? Is my name really love? I don't know. And maybe you need to look at Rumi texts. Rumi texts are always the ones that like open my heart. But this is what's going to help you hold steady and strong, root in, as we go through these change energies. I often feel like it is people who have a strong grasp on the spiritual, who have a beautiful spiritual practice, who can move with more grace through times of change. Now, it's not to say that you cannot scream and cry and throw a fit, but eventually we have to move through the layers of change, right? And to do so with grace usually feels much better in your body. So this is a message that's been coming through as I've been looking at these astro energy for eclipses, and I'm really feeling it in this connection with Uranus and Neptune today. So seeing where you need to show up for yourself, show up for your spiritual self to help move and evolve these energies. I think these cards are really beautiful for today. The top of the cards is the Ordinariness card, and I always think this one's such a helpful reminder to look for the good. I love what I post on my Instagram stories. I think my Instagram stories are the best. Like, I find things that are just so wonderful. And the other week I found something that was like, set every day up as like, this is going to be the best day of my life. And look for the reasons why it is. And that's kind of the Ordinariness card. It's like, can you find the good? Can you find the magic even as you go through the mundane, even as you go through chopping wood, carrying water? Look for that. And as you do that, you will grow your abundance in and through your life. The Harmony card to me goes back to your whole and holiness, to remember that we want to use more than just the mind. Us as whole and holy complete beings is body, mind, spirit, soul, and heart. And spirit is like these etheric layers that we have. There's so many parts to you. And so connecting in with these energies will also be a part of what supports you through this, because your mind may not know what's going on, but your soul does. Our soul always knows. And so your soul is like holding you steady through these twists and turns. The universe is like, you should be dancing. You get by with a little help from your friends. And hard times require furious dancing. So if you are having some challenges, especially in these dense Virgo energies, shake it off and shake it out and turn up the tunes and groove. Final card is Patience again in reverse. So we may not be feeling super patient with everything that's moving through. And yet, I think the best thing we can do is have patience with our process. And having patience doesn't mean that you don't act, and it doesn't mean that you don't move, but it's trusting in the unfolding of everything. The card today is beautiful. It is rhodiola. It has a unicorn on it. The key words for rhodiola are magic, wisdom keeper, purity, higher consciousness, clarity, intuitive, intellect, and enchantment. I love that. Astrological ruler, Uranus and Mercury. I'm going to read the little guidance portion. It says, the unicorn is known as the great protector of the forest, and like rhodiola, some unicorns are said to live near the high mountains to this day, nourishing and protecting the wise and ancient forests that are left. Rhodiola is in your cards today to remind you that you are intelligent. You are intelligence embodied, intuitive, articulate, and knowledgeable. And the intelligence is in more than your mind. Your cells are intelligent. Like so many parts of yourself have deep intelligence to share with you. You exude mastery, wisdom, purity, authority, and wisdom. Emotions do not cloud your judgment. Your actions are measured carefully and intuitively as you contain ancient codes on the ways of heaven and earth. The subtle essence of the unicorn resides in the third eye. If unicorn medicine comes to you, your sense of wise creativity and aliveness will deepen. Don't neglect your medicine. Honor your natural gifts. Stand tall, own your medicine and who you're becoming. And I will just tell you that rhodiola is also a great calming, I don't actually know what it's an herb, like, I don't know what to call it, but it's a great calming and supportive to the nervous system being. We'll call it a being. And so it might be something you want to look into to support as we move closer and closer to eclipse season. Speaking of, reach out, email me if you would like to book an eclipse reading or any other kind of reading. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and may your guiding light be strong, and know that you can trust the process. Namaste.